We have a lot of organs that, hey, some are absolutely necessary, some are a little less necessary, but regardless, there is some exciting medical news, and it's about a new store selling a lot more than just old-fashioned milk and eggs.
What if you could mail order a new ear or have a trachea or lung delivered? It might sound crazy, but human body parts stores might be the medical care of the future. A university in London is using stem cells and synthetic materials to grow replacement body parts. With an average of 18 people dying each day while waiting for organ transplants, this seems like a great idea. But critics wonder about the long-term risks involved in implanting organs created in a lab.
I want to make very clear, the day is not coming where you're just going to log into Zappos and order a trachea.
Or order a new nose. You still have to come to me if you want to reshape your nose. But the day probably will come, if you're missing a nose, that you may be able to grow that. We call that bioengineering or biomedical engineering. And a lot of this is plastic and reconstructive surgeons trying to regrow skin, cartilage, bone.
But I would argue, Drew, in some ways, the day already has come. You know, there's a photo here of a trachea, which was recently implanted into a patient for the first time, the first ever synthetic organ.
They were able to grow that using a mold and using these stem cell tissues.
Well, it all starts with these stem cells. I have really thought the stem cells are going to be, you know, the future of medicine.
You know, my knee's been bothering me. I lost some cartilage, so they went to my bone marrow. They went to my hip. They took 40 cc's of the cells from the bone marrow out of there, separated the good cells, the growth factors, and the cells that have potential to regrow new cartilage, and put it in my joint.
But when you're starting to talk about synthetic organs or partially synthetic organs, last October they actually had a successful artery placed in someone's heart using stem cells. They've used bypass arteries in people's legs. They've even used stem cells to create tear ducts. And to me, right now, it seems like most of the techniques being used are hollow structures.
Exactly.
Where they have a scaffolding and the cells start to grow around the scaffolding. But imagine the day where someone has heart failure and they take some of your adult stem cells and put it in on some little heart mold, and you wouldn't need to take rejection medicines because it would be your own cells creating a new heart or liver for your body.